going to talk about the POS strategy for Grey's Anatomy, the people objective, and strategy. The first is people. So the Grey's main focus are the fans. The fans, as well as cast members of the show Grey's Anatomy, make up the community. The love of the show, as well as the connection you may have to a specific character, is what binds the members together. It's also the need to discuss the show with other peers who are engaged with the show as much as they are. Typical members are fans, the producers at ABC, as well as members of Grey's Anatomy. ABC would be seen as the connectors. They connect one another to the show Grey's Anatomy. ABC is where Grey's Anatomy airs, so they really connect the show Grey's Anatomy with fans worldwide. Some of the critics can be seen as some fans who continue to post comments or pictures, as well as some of the cast members and producers. They can also be seen as creators. We have some spectators, are basically just the fans who look but do not post. Most members of the show discuss current or past episodes, episodes to come, or possibly just being able to talk with the main character of the show. I want people to feel a sense of inspiration or a connection to a certain episode, quote, or character that the show has to offer. Different platforms, as we discussed last week, would be Instagram, where most pictures are posted, as well as Facebook, Twitter, the ABC webpage, and Pinterest. They use each of these platforms to talk with one another. I can once again show you some examples. Here's the Facebook page. There is a new episode that aired recently, which was last week. So here's one of the pictures over here, actually, of what currently just happened. And as you can see below it, you have some comments, what people have to say about the relationship, if they liked it, if they didn't like it. These are just some other pictures, and this down here is actually a clip for next week to come. This is the Twitter page. And what's interesting is actually this over right here is a behind the scenes. It's actually a Grey's prop that you don't always get to see. This can be seen as the Instagram, and these are just some pictures that were recently put up. And this is the Pinterest page. Continuing on, we're going to get into YouTube a little bit. So YouTube is just another tool that helps to create exposure for Grey's Anatomy. People are constantly creating their own videos involving the show, and people engage with one another using the comment section below. I think that YouTube helps fans truly be fans by allowing them to create their own videos, shipping a certain relationship, or reminisce about the good days of Grey's Anatomy. So I'm actually just going to give you some examples, show you some things on the YouTube about Grey's Anatomy. They have things from episodes or just certain specific scenes that involve certain characters. Mark Sloan and Lexi Grey Part 1 is pretty much just a story about their relationship. We get behind the scenes things such as bloopers. And as you can see in the comments down below, when it loads, there's not really much. I'll give you one that actually has comments. This is behind the scenes of one of the musical episodes that they've done. And here are some comments about it. It talks about whether it's their favorite show, about the characters who actually sang. So that actually just helps build the whole community of Grey's Anatomy and their fan base. A lot of the time, so if you were to just start up a conversation in Grey's Anatomy, the best things to go for is really to talk about episodes. It's usually not hard to start up a conversation involving Grey's Anatomy. Anytime you mention something about the last episode previously aired, you are bound to create conversation. You can also ship a new relationship, such as Japril, which is Jackson and April. They are currently have that out now, and that always leads to different conversations, either about how the couple met or do they like them together. I can actually show you. This is actually a page that's been up. It's a Grey's Anatomy couples ranked in new poll. Which ship is the winner? We have so many. We have Calzona, which is Callie in Arizona. We have Japril. We have Meridaire. And here are just some things. This is a article about the different ships that they've had that's been going on. And these are just a little bit of some comments about how people actually feel about them. Meridaire, best always and forever. And that's actually interesting, and that's really one of the easy to goes when talking about Grey's Anatomy. Just zone in on different relationships in the episode that was currently aired. Some objectives: the main goals are to both energize and sell. I want to be able to energize the people who are already fans of the show. I want to let them, you should let them be your biggest weapon. The fans that are currently fans right now who are already involved in the Greys, they by using them and their word of mouth, it will help reach other fans out there. Another would be to sell. I want to be able to sell the show because ratings are everything with television shows. It is what keeps the show on the air, and Grey's ABC's also sells merchandise, which helps marketing. On top of both energize and sell, I want the page to inspire. So, some little things about my main objectives. My first one is to increase ratings. A television show is nothing without ratings. With high ratings, it makes a show constantly stay in the air. Grey's is currently in its 10th season. Usually some shows don't make it past their 7th season. I hope with this page will help to increase ratings for the show and propel it into its 11th season. So something that's interesting that I can show you is this over here just talks about some of the ratings ever since the shows just came back from its hiatus. And Shonda Rhimes is the producer of Grey's Anatomy as well as Scandal, which is another show. They go on back to back. And Grey's Anatomy went up and it's 3.0 for their ratings, and it returned up from their 2.5-month-long hiatus, bringing a sigh of relief to ABC brass, who took on a risky experiment by doing cable-style split seasons with a long break for all of their top serialized dramas this season. Grey's Anatomy was up 11% from its last original on December 12th, which is actually just good to see, and hopefully that'll continue on. The next is to create a bigger fan base. I want more people to be engaged with the community. Fans will help make a show, and hopefully this page will help people to engage more with one another amongst the community. I want a bigger fan base for the community. Hopefully push producers to give us a more inside look into the show. Hopefully getting a stronger fan base allows the producers to want to put up more behind the scene pictures and allow fans to talk more with the cast using social media. Let me actually get the third one. Sorry. Okay. Focusing on strategy, I would like my community to continue to create a large fan base. With the help of Grey's ABC, I hope that it will allow the show to continue on for season 11. I want people within my community to continue to engage and talk with one another. So we're going to focus a little on the connection. That's one thing that I'm focusing on, and it's that I want people to feel better connected with one another with the help of my page. I hope that people feel like they can interact with one another through Grey's. Some people don't have friends who like the same things as them, and I want my page to almost be a friend for them, a place where people can talk and relate to one another. Expansion. I want the community to grow and expand. I want to be able to reach more people who are fans of the show but haven't quite yet found a place that they fit in. So basically, there are a lot of fans of Grey's Anatomy or just other shows in general that are out there, and they aren't really a part of any specific group. They just watch the show on television and that's it. I want those people to want to be a part of my page, and I want it to reach them and hopefully get them to make my page grow and completely expand. I hope that the page will continue to grow and access more fans who like my page. I want it to create a stronger fan base or just build off of the fan base in which it has already been created. My last one is inspired. I want people in the community to feel inspired by certain topics and matters the show has to offer. This is actually one that's really important to me and one that I'm really focusing on when involving the Grey's Anatomy. There's usually a quote at the end or beginning of most episodes, and I want the people to feel connected to those quotes. Grey's has some controversial topics with a lot of diverse characters, and I hope that with the help of my page, it shines a light onto those moments. Hopefully, a fan will be inspired by something or someone, that they feel a sense of connection to a specific quote. I really want people to look at the show as more than just something that's on television. I think that a lot of shows, they deal with a lot of controversial issues. There are different topics. Characters have so many different layers to them, and I really want my page to shine a light on those characters as well as those episodes or certain issues that get raised. I want people to feel connected to a quote that's been said, and actually I'm going to actually show you one. This is one of the quotes from Grey's Anatomy. It's, you can seek the advice of others, surround yourself with trusted advisors, but in the end, the decision is always yours and yours alone. And when it's time to act and you're all alone with your back against the wall, the only voice that matters is the one in your head, the one telling you what you already knew, the one that's almost always right. And that's just one of the quotes that stands out to me in Grey's Anatomy, and I just want other quotes to stand out to others as well and really inspire them. And so far, that is my Grey's Anatomy strategy.